Welcome back into Pattrn, your home for the latest news in climate change and sustainability. I'm Steph Abrams.
And I'm Felicia Combs. Let's get into today's hot topics.
All right, have you ever been in a restaurant and the table across from you orders the fajitas or, something that smells really good, especially when they sweep through the whole restaurant, to bring it to a table? Well, it turns out that that smell is contributing to air pollution.
We can't have anything.
This is the type of air pollution I want, I think.
Right.
NOAA says that those scents are an underestimated source and often ignored cause of air pollution. Looking at Las Vegas, a city with a high concentration of restaurants, researchers found that 20 to 30% of a type of greenhouse gas came from cooking activity. Similar observations were found in Los Angeles and Test City, Boulder, Colorado.
This does not surprise me because, you smell the smells coming off, so it has to be doing something. And have you ever cooked something and then left for the day or whatever?
And you have the smell on you all day?
But then you come back in later in the day and you're like, still smells like onions in here.
Or cookies. I feel like that used to be a thing when people were trying to sell the house. Yeah. They would bake cookies in the house to have that nice sweet smell of chocolate cookies in the house. Do you have a favorite smell? Because Felicia's nose is like no nose I've ever understood. She smells everything.
I have a super sniffer, which can be great or terrible. The smell of cookies baking, or during winter and you're baking cinnamony or apple-y things, it just smells warm.
Her nose palette is unbelievable. We'll smell no one will smell anything. Felicia go, do you guys smell it? No, Felicia.
I don't know. I'm like, wait, is it me? If I'm always smelling something weird, is it me? I don't know. Okay, well, we already know that trees are a source of oxygen and absorb carbon dioxide as they grow. But in urban areas where trees are few and far between, your options could be fluid. Scientists in Argentina have developed a liquid tree called Y algae. Now, inside each of these stations is a tank filled with a microalgae that converts carbon dioxide into oxygen and biomass. Now, for now, there are 2 liquid tree prototypes in the capital city of Buenos Aires, and each device can capture about half a metric ton of carbon dioxide each year.
That is so cool.
I want to know how I get one for home.
Right?
Yeah.
To pull in the CO2 and maybe spew out some extra oxygen for you.
You could always use some. I mean, I have an air purifier, have the snake plants and everything.
This seems like next level.
This thing would be I negative smell. I don't smell anything at all. It smells like oxygen.
It's all taken, everything's taken out of the air. What's interesting with this is that you could put a lot of them in cities and they could really work well, and they work, from what I understand, a lot faster than trees. Yeah. And so they could really do a lot of work in some of these cities that are super polluted, I think, and you can have them all over. I think it's a great idea.
And they don't take up that much space. I mean, it's a kiosk basically. Yeah. So, and
maybe you could double it with something, like how there's kiosks to show maps for the city or whatever.
Right, exactly.
Maybe you could have map on the side, or it could dispense money, or who knows.
I love that.
All right, on to topic number 3. One Swiss company is taking spring cleaning to a whole new level by vacuuming pollution right out of the atmosphere.
Okay.
The Mammoth Planet, because it is quite mammoth, look at this thing, also known as the world's largest vacuum, is up and running in Iceland, and here's how it works. The plant sucks in polluted air and strips away carbon using chemicals. Then the carbon is either stored deep into the ground or recycled, believe it or not, into solid products. That is just wild. The Mammoth plant is one of 2 direct air capture plants opened by Climeworks and is 10 times larger than the company's inaugural plant called Orca. I love how they're naming it after these huge, animals, if you will.
In my head, when we were talking about a really large vacuum, I just saw a Bissell, the thing
straight in the air, upside down, right? Yeah. Pulling all of the air in.
That's way more useful and great. It makes me think of when I use my little robot vacuum cleaner, and then I'm like, oh, look at all these things I got out of it.
And that's also automatic. Are you someone that does not like cleaning? Does that bother? Is it one of the chores that you can't stand?
No, I like a dishes cleaning, but vacuuming.
It hurts your back. It's a lot of work on your back. So this now is, less work, I feel for everyone, and they can just do all the work for us, just like those automatic vacuums that you have now in your
Exactly.
house.
Putting bad in and getting good out also, which is a win-win.
Win-win for everybody.
There you go. Loose change is just everywhere. It's on the ground, it's in our car consoles, and between our couch cushions. And one company is making it their mission to recover those lost coins. Dominic Rossi Jr. is with Reworld. He joins us now. Dominic, thanks so much for taking some time to talk to us about this. Now, your company, Reworld, is in the business of waste management. So how did you get into coin recovery?
Good morning. We got into coin recovery back in 2017. We opened up a processing plant for our recycled metals. We recycle about 500,000 tons of metal annually, and most of that is iron, and what they call in the industry ferrous metal. The other portion of it is what they call non-ferrous metal, which are non-metallics. And we recycle it as a conglomeration of materials, the majority of which is aluminum, copper, brass, zinc. But within that, we found that there are coins. We opened up a separation facility, and we take all our recycled metals from our thermomechanical treatment facilities across the United States into our facility, and we do separation on the materials. And as part of the separation, we started recovering coins.
Yeah, and a lot of them. So what do you do with the coins once they're collected?
We collect them, we separate them from the other metals, we clean them, and then we go through an extensive hand sorting process to determine which coins are undamaged and can be returned to the U.S. banking system, and which coins are damaged and we have to warehouse.
So Dominic, we're looking at like some video here, and I am seeing just like bins filled with it looks
money.
like nickels with dimes. Are you? What type of amounts are you seeing? Because that seems like so much to me.
We return roughly 50,000 pounds of coins annually to the U.S. banking system.
Okay, I got to tell you, as a kid, my dad collected coins, and he taught me how to read a coin and where it was minted and the year and which ones were important. Tell me that someone goes through these and has found like a really cool coin, or is there just too many to go through? And I mean, they're worth millions of dollars at times.
Yeah, the magnitude of them is such that we only can get through them as far as, a good coin versus a damaged coin that can't be returned to the U.S. bank.
Oh, wow, that is.
Well, I'm going to come to your facility and just start rummaging through to see if I can find any of those rare coins. I'm just kidding.
No, exactly. So when you're doing this, we're seeing a bunch of coins, but have you ever found any other like really cool things that kind of surprised you? Because we've seen like keys and other items getting sorted out. What's the most surprising thing you found?
You'll get, we've gotten foreign coins. We get a fair amount of euros that somehow make it over here and make it into the waste streams. There have been other, at one point we're getting a lot of medallions, and we couldn't figure out where they were coming from or what they were. We actually traced them back to a cigar box company that was near one of our facilities. I guess they had closed up and disposed of unused boxes.
Huh.
That's really, really
it's
cool.
It's like a treasure hunt.
It is. It is like a treasure hunt. Well, Dominic Rossi Jr., thank you so much for being with us today.
You're very welcome.
There's that saying, find a penny, pick it up all day long, you have good luck.
Yeah.
But only if it's on heads.
Right.
You can't pick it up if it's on tails. Will you pick up a coin if it's on tails, or are you in this whole bad luck thing?
I can't say I won't kick it from wherever it is and see if it like flips, and then I'm like, oh, look, now it's good luck. But I'm not tempting fate. I'm not picking up a tails up.
Oh, all right. Yeah. Well, there you go.
Yeah. Well, if you don't know what to do with your coins, here's an idea. Check out what this husband and wife interior finishing company did in South Dakota.
Okay, they used pennies to create this cool floor. The video has gone viral. The couple says they spent the last year collecting, sorting, and polishing pennies. The darker ones went through a tarnishing process. It took them 6 weeks to complete, using more than 65,000 pennies. The total cost, including supplies, was about $1,800.
That is amazing.
It's a beautiful floor.
Beautiful, great for the environment, but also that probably in comparison to maybe other flooring types, because man, the price of, as we've talked about, the price of construction materials has just gone up. So you have like this piece of history.
When I was watching that video, I was like, ooh, I would like to do that. And that would be cool and have it on the floor. And then I was like, oh, my back would be like killing me sitting there and doing all that. I don't know if I have the patience to do all that either. So that is super impressive.
That sounds like I would listen to about 700 podcasts.
Yeah.
We are doing an extraction of proteins of the plant to create our own biopolymer, which is an extraction of the plant. This biopolymer is the one that we can convert into a biomaterial, which is an alternative to leather or to a synthetic. The fashion industry is one of the most important economic engines of the world, but it is also one of the main negative contributors to environmental and social impacts along its value chain. And this is all because leather and synthetics. Our difference is that we are doing a material that we are reducing all the water use and chemical use in all the value chain, and we take care about the complete value chain. When we create the material Deserto and you touch it, the touch and feeling is very, very similar, but being a plant. And also we can create the same colors and the same textures and same performance than leather, but the main difference is the odor, because when you smell Deserto, you can smell something sweet, and when you smell leather, the smell is totally different. It's a traditional leather, so that's the main difference. Like for shoes, for apparel, for chairs, for belts, for everything. So this is a real solution to an alternative to leather that we can use in the complete fashion industry.
And a great talking point, right? Like, oh,
it's cactus.
It's cactus leather. Well, plant-based leather is all the rage these days. Here are some other options that you could see on store shelves soon.
Yes, there's mycelium leather, which is based on fibers from mushrooms. And I've seen this one actually close up. I can't tell the difference between, by the way, this mycelium or any of these leathers personally, to the traditional cowhide.
And then there's pineapple leather, known for selling the fruit. The company Dole discovered a way to turn discarded pineapple leaves into a new material that looks and acts like leather. Does it taste or smell like pineapples? Because then
I mean, the cactus one, he said, smells a little sweet, And the last one on our list, I should say, is truly mind-boggling, kombucha, which I love to drink. I don't know if you've ever had that before.
Yeah.
It can be used to form a strong film, and it can be turned into a textile.
Of all the things that I drink, kombucha is the thing I'm least surprised that can be turned into something.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.